Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the best local talk show in town, letting you know what's going on in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. And we are wrapping up this year. It's been a good year, I think, but it's hard to believe that it's coming to an end.
It's already over, yes.
So here we are in December, and we have some festive things to tell you about. I will turn it over to Christine first, and she'll let you know what's going on the adult side.
Well, on the adult side, it's slim pickings this month. It is December, so we have Chinese Culture, Origin, Growth, and Revival on Thursday, December 5th at 7 p.m. This presentation will give an overview of Chinese civilization, including Taoism, Confucianism, Buddhism, martial arts, and Chinese medicine. We'll also discuss the essence of Chinese culture, its traditional values, and the sources for each of those. And then we have this Shen Yun, a world-class Chinese performing arts group. They specialize in classical Chinese dance and music, and they will be there for a small performance. So that is Thursday, December 5th. We have the Christmas Tea Party is coming up on Friday the 13th of December, but we're going to make it a really great day. So Friday the 13th is the Christmas Tea Party. You can come. We actually have some live music this year.
Great.
And
who will be performing?
Scones, and you know what? Right now the name escapes me.
Okay.
I knew you were going to ask me.
I'm sorry, I was just curious. No, that's great.
So we'll have scones, winter tea. Michelle always comes up with some kind of winter festive Christmas tea. And scones and music. And we always have some sort of door prize or raffle. So
Great.
That is Friday, December 13th at 11 a.m. We have a winner's workshop, 7 Secrets to Success in Leadership. That program will be on Wednesday, December 18th at 7 o'clock. Learn peak performance strategies, whether you're trying to move ahead in your career or if you're trying to lose weight. This program provides a roadmap to success through a tool called The Zone. So I'm interested to see what that's about.
Yes.
And if you're shopping for a new computer this holiday season, we have a program to help you do so. On Tuesday, December 18th at 7 o'clock, we have our friends at True Computers, which we all know and love. They will come and talk about what kind of computer you might want to buy. Is it a desktop or a laptop? Do you want to go with the Mac format or the PC? Talk about what features that you want and need and what would be best to suit those needs. So that's Thursday, December 18th at 7. And then Rob, the infamous Rob, will be teaching a class, Wellness on the Web. This is an Oasis Connections computer course. And Oasis, as many of you know, is geared towards those that are 50 and older. So we often we try and teach 2 classes, like in the fall, 2 in the winter, 2 in the spring. So this is Wellness on the Web. They will teach you the basic searching skills, how to evaluate websites to see, anybody can put anything up on a website. So you want to see what authority they have. Who are they?
Right, and how accurate.
Exploring quality health resources on the web. So we'll talk about the National Institute of Health and some other government funded websites that provide really, really great health information. And each participant is provided with a student handbook that you'll use in class. There's color screenshots in there and step-by-step instructions. So that class will take place on Friday, December 20th at 10 a.m. We also have a local author coming in. C.D. Humphreys is coming to the library on Saturday, December 21st at 11 a.m. So if you're all pooped out from shopping, come on in. He'll be doing a book talk of his new novel, which is called Fear is the Root of All Evil, and it is an adventure fantasy. So hope to see you for that. Since it is the end of the year and we're all going to start thinking about how much weight we've gained over the holidays
yes,
and want to start the new year right, I want to talk about, we have a resource called Gym America. And Gym America is an electronic resource that offers free at-home access to fitness and exercise. So there's many diet and exercise plans available that you can choose from. They have like a points plan that's similar to a national program that I'm not permitted to name. A low-carb plan, they have a diabetic plan, but they also have, if you go in there and say, I need to strengthen my back or I want to strengthen my upper body, they will customize a fitness plan, an exercise plan for you, and you can track it. They also have an app you can download to your smartphone, which I actually have on my phone.
I have not downloaded the app yet.
I can check in and
that's great.
Keep track of my progress. So this is free. It's a free resource for you. All you have to do is sign up for an account, and then you can access it from literally anywhere in the world from your phone or any computer. I know you said you looked at it for Jerry.
I did. I have a young, a teenager. He's 14. And he's looking to start lifting weights, and I said, well, this is a great way to, they can set
goals.
A goal for, right. And it's, we did that. We set up a profile for each of us, but we haven't really used it yet. But it's just amazing what a great resource it is, and it's totally free.
Totally free.
To anyone, it's on our website, right? It'll
Yeah,
show up on our webpage there.
Yes.
Just click on it, and it takes literally not even 2 minutes to set up your profile. It'll calculate your BMI and all that.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Well, of course not. But so targets what weight you need to be. And like Christine said, we'll plan a diet for you.
Yeah, you can select, because I'm not a low carb person.
Right.
I need my mashed potatoes, so I know that I won't follow a diet that way. So you can go in and make different selections.
Customize,
you
right.
can customize your diet. So I highly recommend it. And also, well, of course, fundraising. I feel like that's all I ever talk about. But
part of your job.
Fundraising, we have our biannual, semi-annual. Semi means twice a year, right?
Well, bi means two. I thought so. Biannual, no, semi-annual.
I think it's semi.
I'm getting confused.
We'll look that up later. But we have our lottery raffle. We do this twice a year in July and also again in January. So it's our lottery raffle. We call it winter lottery raffle. So for $5, you get a number, a 3-digit number. It's based on the Pennsylvania daily 3-digit number drawn at 7 p.m. And so you have that number for the whole month of January. And the daily awards prizes range from $25 up to $500. This is a really great fundraiser for the library. It doesn't require a lot of manpower from us, except for the staff that has to sell tickets. Oh, and if you're down at South Park Shops for the Friday nights, the holiday celebrations, we will be selling tickets down there. Elaine and I will also be down there representing the library. I will be Domo one night.
I'm just going to be having fun with the kiddos. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but we will be there for sure, and we look forward to seeing you. I just want to chime in real quick, like what great stocking stuffers, or if you have a grab bag gift. My family does a grab bag. I do lottery tickets every year. I mean, I think it's a great gift idea.
It is, and that's why we have it for January, so that you can purchase them as gifts for your teacher, your mailman, your family. I give them to my family every year.
So do I.
And we have just started selling our library or literary themed t-shirts in the library. We are doing pretty well with these. I didn't know how they were going to go.
Which is the most popular?
In Libris Libertas. In books there is freedom.
Okay.
That has been the most popular design, but Atticus Finch, he's also very popular. He's my favorite.
Mine too.
And then what's the third one? Oh,
we should have brought them on to show.
The pen is mightier than the sword. We have that too. Famous quote. So they're $15 each. We do have 3 designs. They come in medium, large, extra large. If you need it shipped, we will ship it. And you can purchase them either in the library or on the library's website. We do have a form that you can fill out and pay with debit, credit, or through PayPal. And, raising funds while raising spirits. We have Reverend Dr. Debbie Packler that comes in once a month to do readings. It's a fundraiser. The library gets 20% of the proceeds. She will be here on Saturday, December 7th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. And a 20-minute reading costs $30. But please hurry because appointments do fill quickly for her. We have people coming from out of state to see her. So thank you, Debbie, for participating in that fundraiser. And it's end of the year. If you find that you have some end of the year giving left to do, we do have an annual fund drive. It's been kind of quiet, but we do have a goal, and you may see something in your email in the next coming week or so. So if you are looking for a worthy organization to donate some funds to, we gladly and appreciatively accept. So that's what's going on with adults.
Okay, so over to children's, I guess. Some festive things, as I mentioned. Coming up is our annual gingerbread workshop, and that's on Saturday, December 7th. You can drop in between, I believe it's 12 and 4, and make a gingerbread house. It's a great way to kick off the holiday season. We provide the iced tea cartons and the graham crackers, but we ask that each family bring a can of icing and or a bag of candy to share. So that's happening on Saturday, December 7th.
And you can get a can of icing at Aldi's for like $1.19.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yes, because that's where I went for the graham crackers. And then also we have our holiday open house on the following Saturday, the 14th, and Miss Jackie's Drama Club will be performing Granny Goodman's Christmas.
I love Granny Goodman's Christmas.
So we hope you can stop by and support the Drama Club and watch their little performance. We will, of course, have some hot chocolate and some cookies on hand, and I think we're going to be making some ornaments that you can take home and hang on your tree. So that's our holiday open house scheduled for Saturday, December 14th. More information is in our flyer, which is available online. And then we also have, this is for the tween teen crowd, so 5th grade and up, we have something called Homemade Christmas, which is just, you know, at that age, you might be wanting to buy for your parents or maybe your best friend, and you really don't have the cash, right? So if you come to Handmade Christmas, we will show you how to make a homemade gift. Not sure what it's going to be yet. Actually, they know, but they haven't told me. Homemade cards, and then even how to make your homemade wrapping paper so you can make the gift, wrap it up, and have it ready to go before you leave.
Is this Miss
Jackie? So, of course, it's Miss Jackie and Miss Beth. So that's on Monday, December 16th at 7 p.m. It doesn't cost a penny. We'll supply all the materials. You just have to come and have fun. And, you know, think about who you want to give that gift to. So that's Homemade Christmas, Gingerbread Workshop, Holiday Open House. That's it. I want to give a sneak peek. During the month of January, we run our winter reading program. So this year it is called Reading is Magic. And for every book that you read during the month of January, you will earn 1 raffle ticket, and you can enter that raffle ticket into one of 4 weekly drawings. So for all month altogether, we'll have 16 prizes to give away. So of course, the more that you read, the more tickets you can earn, and the better your chances of winning a prize. But if you participate in winter reading, it automatically entitles you to the Family Magic Show, which is scheduled for Friday, January 31st. Mr. Chuck Caputo is our magician this year, and he's going to bring some amazing tricks with him and illusions, and one trick that includes a live bunny rabbit. I should have left that a surprise maybe, but yeah, so he's been a magician for quite some time. He's been in the business for about 30 years. So I'm sure he has some great tricks up his sleeve, so to speak.
Indeed.
And so yeah, Reading is Magic. Sign up, participate, and then come to the magic show at the end of next month. I think that's all that's going on. We want to wish you happy holidays. And thank you for joining us and supporting us all year, and we will be back in 2014.
Wow, look at all this holiday program we have this year at BPTV. How am I going to find enough help to cover all of it? Oh, hey, Ghost of Christmas, George.
No, it's the Ghost of Christmas present, Dave.
Either way, this is not a good time right now.
Why is that?
I have all these holiday programs to cover, and I don't have nearly enough volunteers.
I can help.
What can you do? You're a disembodied spirit.
Remember that trick I showed you last year?
Yeah?
Watch this.
Ta-da! Wow, this could solve all of my volunteer problems. Why didn't you tell me you could do that?
You didn't ask.
Well, while I'm asking, how many of you can there be at one time?
As many as you need, Dave. As many as you need.
Maybe I'll just write Santa Claus a letter and ask him for help.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from everyone here at BPTV.
Welcome back, everyone. And joining us now on Check It Out is our favorite Bethel Park Library retiree, Mary Mellon. I know you all out there have been wondering what she's been up to and, you know, wishing her well, just as we have been at the library. So we thought this would be the perfect time, Mary, to kind of just catch up with you and see what you've been doing in your retirement.
Well, I'm happy to be back. It's good to see everybody. And
So we know you just got back from Texas last night.
I did.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and how your beautiful granddaughter is doing?
Well, she is beautiful. She's 18 months, and her favorite 3 words now are no, me, and mine.
Oh my!
So you can imagine what my past week has been like. Me, mine, mine, and no, Grandma. But a lot of fun. She's walking and talking, and she has a baby of her own now.
Oh, does she?
Yes, and she carries her baby around with her and pats it like this. And then you say, all right, Audrey, does your baby need a new diaper? And she checks very carefully. For a week, that baby didn't need a new diaper. So, so I said, oh, she's a pretty smart little girl.
I'll say. And how old is she now?
She's 18 months. She's
Okay.
18 months, so that's that. I've spent a lot of time in Texas. I counted it up this morning on the way over. I've been down there 7 times since she was born, which is I've been really blessed, really lucky that I could see her that often. So it's
Great. Now, did you celebrate the holidays down there now, or are you going to go back down?
They are coming to visit us, spend Christmas with us in December. So that will be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. So.
Great. So what do you get an 18-month-old these days for Christmas?
I'm not sure. I've just started kind of doing some research on that. Actually, you find when you go down there and you spend time with them, you realize it's the very simple things that they really enjoy playing with. A box can be, you get a lot of mileage out of a box.
That is very true.
And I put, the day before I left, I took some blue masking tape and I made a hopscotch on her floor, the outline, and I said to her, "Can you jump in the squares, Audrey?" And she would get in the box, and then she can't jump fully off the ground yet, but she goes like this. She tries, and she would jump in the different little squares. So sometimes less is more.
Good thinking, Grandma.
I found it on the internet. I'm always, my researching has changed over the year. Baby, infant, baby. Now it's toddler activities we look at.
Never thought about the tape on the floor during the winter. Never thought about that. That's a great idea.
It was fun, and she would sit inside that too. She would take her baby and sit down on the floor inside the outline of the hopscotch. So that was great. Cute. So I have to come up with some.
Yeah. 18 months they're starting. They love to take things in and out.
Right. Yes, she does.
She probably has a nice shape sorter.
Right. She has a shape sorter. She has a little bag. She likes. And you can just put odds and ends in the bag.
Put it back in.
A little scoop and little cups and her little balls and her jewelry. She likes her jewelry. She likes her bling. So she has a big old pearl necklace that she she'll take out and she'll put on her head. That's where it goes at the moment. So that
that's great. You should have brought pictures. Next time we have you on, you'll have to bring some pictures.
She's a lot of fun. It gives you a lot of joy in your life to have a grandchild. I consider myself very fortunate.
Yes, you are. So when you're not in Texas, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been doing a lot of volunteering at my church. They've been keeping me busy. They discovered that I was no longer working. So
they took advantage of that.
And they took advantage of that. I joke about that because I've started to go to Mass in the morning, that when I sit in the pew, there's this big target, like a bullseye on my back. And it's like, wait, she's coming to church an awful lot. She must not be working. Let's sign her up for this, and this. But that has also been a lot of fun. And I've met a lot. The nice thing about it is that it gives me what was the best part of my job, the opportunity to meet lots of new people and to make some new friends.
Yes.
And that's been great.
Yes. Good.
And I just started volunteering for SHIM.
Oh, okay.
And
what are you doing for them?
I'm working on at their after-school program, which is over in Baldwin. They have 76 kids, grades K through 5, that come to a church in Baldwin after school. They're bused from their school, and then they come there after school from about 4 to about 6:30, and they do their homework and have a snack and they do some different kinds of activities. So, and I'm kind of a floater. I go around from 2 different grades, whatever, when I get there, I'm assigned a grade for that day.
Right. Oh, that's great.
And I help them with their homework, which has been a real interesting experience because they bring out their worksheets and they have a lot of math homework. And
it's different, isn't it?
It's very different than what I'm used to.
Yes.
And I can solve the problems sometimes. Sometimes I can. And I'm like, but explaining it to a 3rd or 4th grader
especially because you don't know how they're learning it in school.
Right.
You don't want to explain it differently than their teacher. So
Right.
I find that challenging too, because it is very different how they do things.
But the kids are they're very sweet and loving. And these are immigrant families that have been resettled in the Pittsburgh area. So, and they're very warm and friendly and sweet. They just hug you spontaneously, which is really nice. So when I'm with them, I can think about Audrey. So look forward to the things that she'll be doing when she's that age.
Yes.
So.
Well, that's wonderful, Mary. So you have been very busy.
I have been busy. Busier than I thought I would be. So, but it's been a lot of fun.
I want you to know that we get inquiries from many of the patrons that you had helped. Now they're coming into what is your office. Now Carla's in there. So she's making friends with all of the patrons that used to stop in to see you, but they always ask how you were doing.
That's very nice.
That's
that's nice to hear. It's nice to know that people are still.
You probably run into some of them when you're out and about.
I do run into people sometimes down at church or in the grocery store, at the gym. So it's always nice to see old friends. You make new friends and you see your old friends. So.
And you're still finding time to work out. You still go to the gym.
Not as much as I used to. I've taken up swimming.
Good
which has been a lot.
That's an excellent form of exercise.
It is very relaxing. Very relaxing. So
that's wonderful. So good to see you. So
well, I have one more question.
Sure.
If you don't have any more. I want to know what you've been reading.
Well, my husband was teasing me last night. He said, "You better hope that Elaine doesn't ask you what you've been reading." Oops, because you haven't been doing that much reading because I've been so busy. But I did finish a book while I was, and actually, that's when I do my most reading are all these plane trips. Back and forth. It gives you lots of time, lots of time to do reading. And I finished a book yesterday on the plane ride home, and it's called The Orphan Master's Son, and it's by an author named Adam Johnson, and it's this year's Pulitzer Prize-winning book. And it's an interesting novel. It's set in North Korea, in contemporary North Korea. And I had the opportunity to see Mr. Johnson in Washington in September. My husband and I went to our annual book festival, the National Book Festival. We go every year. And so I got the opportunity to, and I was in the middle of the book at that point, to listen to him explain how he got interested in this topic. He's not Korean himself. He teaches creative writing at Stanford University. He just got interested in the country and how it's run and how people live under this very authoritarian. Oh, I can't even say it. All right, you know what I mean. Authoritarian. Thank you, Christine. Government. And so the book, what he does is he takes one character, and the character's name is Jun Do, which, of course, sounds very much like John Doe. And this main character represents, he's sort of the everyman in North Korea. So many things happen to him through the narrative of the story. Not necessarily would this be typical of the individuals in North Korea, but it gives you an idea of what could possibly happen to people living in North Korea. And he says he uses the title The Orphan Master because in North Korea, all of the citizens' first loyalty is to the government, to their families second. So in fact, everyone in North Korea is an orphan in a sense, and the government is the orphan master.
Clever.
It is interesting. It's not an easy read. He calls it a trauma narrative, and he did get the opportunity to interview a few defectors, which does not happen very often. People rarely defect from North Korea. They just can't. They are very frequently caught. It's just so hard to get out of the country. They don't defect. But he did get the opportunity to talk to some of the defectors. And he also visited North Korea, but he was not permitted to talk to, he had his handlers with him everywhere he went. But he couldn't talk to he couldn't walk up on the street and talk to an average citizen. He was taken around to see all of the...
See what they wanted him to see.
Right. So, but I do recommend the book. It's very good.
That sounds like a great read.
It is. Yeah. It's an interesting read.
It's going to be a tough one. That's not, a light read.
Not a light read.
It's not a light read. It's not a light read. Not a light read. But I think at the end of the book, you see that people are the same no matter where they are. They have the same aspirations and ambitions. And even though the government tells them that they should think of the government first, in their hearts, their families are the most important things. They're not any different than we are.
Right.
So.
That's great. How did you pick up this book?
I had it down on I read a review, so I put it down on my book list as a possibility. I wasn't sure about it when I first read the description of it, and then when they announced this year's Pulitzer Prize winners, they remembered that they did not give a Pulitzer Prize in 2012.
Oh.
And that caused a little bit of controversy. People were asking. There
I
was
didn't realize
not
that they didn't.
There was not any novel. There was not any piece of fiction in all of 2012 that merited a Pulitzer Prize winner. So when this one got it this year, I said, "Well, I think I should try this one."
Yeah.
It says something that the committee
Right,
thought this
right.
was worthy of the prize. So,
Very interesting indeed.
how about you two? What have you been reading?
Now you're putting us on the spot.
I've been reading the CCA nominees, the Children's Choice Award nominees. I just read Mr. Lemoncello's Library, which is really cool.
It's a neat book.
The kids are locked into a library and they have to solve this big puzzle. Mr. Lemoncello creates board games, and so they're opening the new library. They haven't had a library in town for 12 years, and so they lock in these group of 12-year-olds, and they have to solve all these riddles to.
So it's Mr. Lemoncello's biggest game yet. It's really a scavenger hunt.
It's a
That's what
scavenger hunt in
a
the
scavenger
library.
hunt in the library. They're locked in there. First one.
I would have lost. I would have lost. There's no way I would have gotten all the clues. So.
Yeah, so it's a fun read. And I have to say, I've been reading, the same thing, my typical juvenile literature, the CCA contenders, and I'm trying to catch up on some YA stuff too, but had to get the CCA books out of the way first. So I read all 8, and I enjoyed every single one of them. And I thought I had my pick. I thought I had my favorite, but I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up now. So I'm really interested to see what the kids, it's for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, actually. So I'm anxious to see what they think and what they choose as their favorite. So,
Yeah,
time will tell.
I'm
We'll
looking
see.
forward to when Audrey's a little older and we
yes.
can read the same books and talk
Yes,
about them.
yes.
She does like her books. She does like to be read too. So,
And is she still attending story time? I know you've taken her a couple
well,
times.
she's in daycare, so but they do a lot with reading in her daycare, so
Good.
she gets exposed to it there, and she always gets a bedtime story. So, and sometimes during the day she'll sit with you long enough to read a couple of books. I sent her one. It's a little late for this year, but for next year. For Halloween, it was called Monster Needs a Costume, and it's cute. It's about a little boy who has a monster living with him in his house, and this big, tall, kind of ogre kind of and it goes through all the different possibilities of what he could be for Halloween, and he ends up just putting them all together in one costume. And apparently, she loved that. She really enjoyed that one, and it's a new book for this year. So
I'm not familiar with that title. I'll have to check it out.
Look at
Make
it.
sure
It was
order
cute.
it.
The story was really cute, really cute. And the pictures are very colorful and bright. And so she apparently enjoyed that one a lot.
We can never have too many holiday books, especially.
Never.
So
Never.
I will have to look that one up.
Well, have a great Christmas.
Well, thank
Yes,
you.
happy holidays,
Thank
Mary.
you. I'm looking, as I said, we're looking forward to it, and hopefully it'll be good weather, better weather than we've been experiencing, so we can get outside and
I
see
heard
the
it's supposed to be milder, at least in terms of like snowfall. We're not supposed to have a really bad winter in that respect, but it's supposed to be extra cold. Did you hear that?
Yes, that's what the Farmer's Almanac is
It's supposed to
predicting.
be frigid. So, time to break out the sweaters.
Yep.
And the turtlenecks.
Well, we got them on. We're ready.
We do, matching today.
We do.
I know we didn't plan it.
But it's that time of the year. You got to get the red sweaters out, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right. Well, thanks again, Mary. Happy holidays.
Thank
and we'd
you.
love to have you back sometime in
same.
2014.
All righty, same to you. Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be back.
So thanks again, everybody. And as always, if you have any questions or would like more information about any of the things that we talked about on today's show, you can always give us a call.
Or go online.
Or better yet, stop in and see us in person.
We
Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.